Hello YouTube, this is Danny the Tige and you are here for Beauty Manifested. Today I'm here with my beautiful grandmother Laura, and she is going to be sharing some thoughts that she has around good parenting and raising good kids. So Grandma, what does it mean to you to be a good kid?
Doing what you think is the proper thing. Frequently, what you think is the proper thing might be what you're told to do. Other times, you do what you think is the best thing based on what you've seen, or based on what you've seen everybody else do. And of course, therein lies the tale, because a lot of quote grown people will tell children, don't do as I do, do as I say do. And that was one of the things that it was announced, because it did not really say what you wanted it to say. Because if you really want a child to do the right thing, just do it. And you can go along, you can walk along the street, and your kid's not going to walk in the street if they don't see you walking in the street. Even now, a lot of times when you start out now, you will say, don't do this, don't do that. But don't predicate everything on don't. Predicate it on do.
Yeah.
And here we go. I take my kids into the kitchen, and you were a classic example. You and I would go out and take a walk. And we would take a walk. And when it rained, I know the neighbors must have thought I was crazy. We would jump in the puddle of water. You remember that?
Yeah.
And because that to me is one thing. The fun thing. I'd jump in the water, throw your kid in the pool. Don't throw your kid in the pool if you don't know how to swim.
Right.
And it's and it makes a difference. And you set the example for what you want them to do. If you want them to learn how to cook, you don't have to go to somebody else to learn how to cook. Stay with me. You can't use the knives today, but you can peel the orange. You can peel the grapefruit. You can peel the onions, because that thing is fragile enough for you to tear it off.
Yes. Yes.
And it's you teach by example. The other thing is that you want to be a good neighbor. You want to have a good neighbor. If you want to have a good neighbor, be a good neighbor. The other day just one day last week, I was sitting out here beside you, and I see you sign up behind your dad's car. And I sit there just to see what's going on in the neighborhood, not to be nosy, but just to see my neighbors walking up and down the street. And it's gotten to the point now where people drive by and they reach out and they wave, and it's nice. But the other day, I guess I had sat there for a long time, and a lady came and drove up. And you always hear about the neighbors who don't do something. But the thing is, they never talk about neighbors who do nice things. And this lady came up because I guess I had been sitting there so long, and she came up to see if I was all right.
Yeah.
And
Were you sitting right there?
That's
so sweet.
And I thought that was really so nice. Her name was Mrs. Sanchez.
Okay.
And she was from San Salvador.
San Salvador? El Salvador? San Salvador could easily be a city that I don't know of. It definitely could. I just never heard of that. But I do know of the country El Salvador.
Is it El Salvador?
Yeah. But San Salvador sounds like it could be an island. So
No.
I'm not gonna write it out.
No. I'll give you. Somehow it doesn't sound right.
El Salvador? Yeah, I don't know.
But anyhow.
And she came up. That's so sweet.
Yes. You know, while I'm talking, what is the problem with America? Whatever it is.
I was just saying how I don't really know any of my neighbors. And it would be nice if I could like ask my neighbor for like a cup of sugar. Or if I even knew what I always wonder what her yard looks like because it's so beautiful and she's always doing stuff. I wonder what the back looks like, but I never have asked.
They really take really good care of their yard.
I know, they do. They do a good job.
And I think they have a couple of kids.
It seemed like a lot. I feel like I see a lot of kids over there.
Talk about being if I were really ambulatory, I would go over and talk to her. But because I'm in this wheelchair, somehow, and I don't know her, I don't feel comfortable doing it. Although there are a couple people along this side of it, we've got to be friends because they've seen me so many times that they know that I'm Gigi.
Yeah, I'm glad to know that people in the neighborhood are looking out for you.
And they are really, these are the nicest neighbors.
Yeah.
In the honestly and truthfully. Found out that there were a couple of people who were from some part of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
And another person, I found out, a young man right down the street here, who had gone, well, there was a person who's on one of the videos, who went to Detroit Country Days when your dad was there.
Oh, okay.
And I cannot remember his name for love nor money.
That's fine.
But this guy went to one of the other independent schools. And it was just such a pleasure to talk to him and to know that he sort of personified what I say about when I was reinventing myself. You know, the things that you leave off when you're doing your reinventing, so that a lot of times you tell the kind of things that it creates a part of a story.
Okay.
And part of the story that is created as soon as you talk about parochial schools and that you have gone for the first 13 years of your life, kindergarten through 12th grade, and including your first year college, that you went to a Catholic college, the first thing people see is what?
I don't know.
Money.
Oh.
Well, of course you did this, that, the other, A, B, C, and D. See, I didn't tell them all the things that went on to them. And it was only after a little while that we got to something, and because he had made the assumption that I knew he was going to make, and that was that I had, and I did not understand what it meant not to have. But the thing was, I didn't understand what it meant not to have because my mother never told me.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that your dad and I frequently have words about. And I've gotten to the point lately that I understand his point of view, but I still don't totally understand. But Mama used to say all the time, we didn't have any money. We were never poor. She qualified that. We never went to bed hungry. We never went to bed cold. We always had somebody to say it's going to be all right. Is there anything else? There's nothing. And consequently, when I think about, and when you talk about student debt and all of that, our society makes people needy. Now,
I think we talked about this last night.
now,
Resourcefulness.
it doesn't make them needy, but it certainly does make them greedy, because the people who tend to do because they have to do. It never dawned on me that I never had a debt except for one semester. Each semester that I was in school, because I borrowed money to pay tuition for that semester.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the semester, I had paid it back a little bit at a time. And the thing was that because Papa had told me, don't borrow something that you know at the time you might not be able to pay. So I would never borrow anything if I didn't see a way to pay it back.
Well, how would you not see a way to pay it back?
Because I didn't have anything at the time. I needed every penny that I had. When the
Like,
money,
how would you not see a way? There's always. What do you mean? No, what does that mean?
how do you pay?
There's always a way.
Like what?
Like working.
I worked.
Right.
I
So
worked
how would there not be a way?
Because what I made was such a pittance.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And the thing was, it was a.
So then would
It
it be
was-
like, don't borrow money that you don't see a way of paying back within a certain amount of time? Because eventually you're going to pay it back.
Well, I didn't see it. I couldn't do eventuality.
You were like, I'm going to pay it off by the end of the semester.
Hey.
And you already knew that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. You should have a plan. Like, when you...
And see, and that's it. I never think about stuff in practical terms,
In what?
in extended terms,
Oh, okay.
because it means that I'm going to have something else on my mind all the time, worrying about what am I going to do about this, that, or the other. And I can't do things. And I said I can't do things. I'm not programmed to do things. I am programmed according to what Papa told me.
Yeah. You know what I just thought of? So you know how you were talking about being a good kid and then being a good adult and then being a good citizen? I was thinking about being a good neighbor. And for my course that I am working on releasing right now, Luxury Gardening for Goddesses, I was telling them in the course, in one of the modules, about how my grandma was a good neighbor because she would go plant flowers in the little public area. Like, not just on your lawn, but you would go drop some seeds over in the public area so that everyone could enjoy something beautiful. And when people drive through the neighborhood, they think, wow, this place, somebody takes care of this place. And I just thought about how that's so nice. So what do you think about, what are some cute things you can do to be a good neighbor? Or be a good friend? Or be a good person?
Believe it, you know the phrase that your dad uses, get yourself some business.
Oh, I thought that was your phrase.
No, that's your dad's.
Get yourself some business. Yeah, that one's
But you know what?
legit.
The thing is that there's a lot of selfishness involved in getting yourself some business, because if you really exclusively do yourself some business, it means that you, like you see, now one day I took that garbage can and put it back up on the sidewalk.
Oh, nice.
And because it's in that pit, the day I did it, it had rolled out into the middle of the street.
Oh, okay.
And now maybe the couple times that it stayed there, because it didn't stay very long because I moved it. But the thing is that somebody could have run into it some of them, somebody could have tried to get around it, but it's a very lightweight cane. Very, very lightweight. But the thing is that somehow or other, it seems that the idea of having yourself some business, there's a lot of young people that don't care. It doesn't have to be that, but there can be that. And the thing is that if that one blows out there, another one blows over there, and there are 2 or 3 of them in the street. Now then what do you do? So it's just a little bit at a time. Just
Or like picking up a piece of trash at the park or something. Yeah.
Those
are gonna
a little
hurt.
piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it's the kinds of things you learn in school. The things that
Yeah, that's one of those things you learn from having siblings. Because I didn't make that mess. And then your mom makes you clean up the mess anyways. And we all live here. That's what you're saying. Oh, well, that was her cup. Well, we all live here. That's what they would say. And that's how it is on the planet. Like, do something that, because you would plant the seeds. And I guess you could say that's being a good neighbor, but
now see, this when I was doing it was
we all live here.
one of the ways where it was part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was president at some point, and I was treasurer at some point. And at some point in time, it got to be a little bit punitive because it was.
What is punitive? Is that like your timing?
Me.
Huh?
Me. Just do it because kind of like.
That's punitive? Oh, like bossy? Or like you're in charge? Okay, yeah, I knew that. I know. Okay, yeah.
But, so when I thought, you know what? We had a meeting, and I had prepared a really nice repast, just notions for them. And I had made all the stuff. And it came out of the dues. And everybody was really happy and this, that, and the other. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let everybody have some. I'm not going to say that, oh, no, you can't have that because you didn't put that.
Yeah.
But for those of you who wonder why that pile of snow is in front of your house, it's because I lifted where I had the shovel on the person who moves the snow to lift the shovel. And that man tried to tell me, well, we can't do that because I said, you know what, I pay you. And I pay you because they pay their dues. But those people, and as it happens, several people in the block don't pay their dues. So really the only person who is really punished by this is the person at the end who pays their dues. So when you get to their house, lift your house, but don't lift these others because they're going to be mad.
Were they mad?
It's the whole cat.
So what did you do? How did you handle the conflict?
Hey, I'm collecting dues. And somebody actually said one time, I understand why they didn't let color people go to school and learn how to read.
Why?
Hey, they can take care of themselves. Did you know that that's one of the reasons why they didn't teach colored people to read?
Why?
Because they didn't. He who reads rules.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you what to do if you can read. All you got to do is look at when you're in school. And teacher has to answer the question. Now, if teacher were not cool, teacher could tell you anything she wanted to tell you.
That's true.
To control you.
That's true.
And That's not done. So what you do is you learn to read. He who reads
Rules.
rules.
Yeah. I like
That's
that.
true.
That is very true. All right, well, we're at 20 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up. Say goodbye to the people.
Adios.
Adios, amigos. Leave us a comment in the comment section about what you think. I know this conversation ended up going everywhere, but we are talking about having good kids, and it's all about being a good person, having respect for yourself, having respect for the world around you and the people around you.
And as I used to tell my kids, the biggest word in the dictionary is RESPECT. For yourself, for others, for the environment, for the planet, for your pool, for your parent, for everybody. And love God.
And love God. So if you're a self-respecting individual, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be releasing a course soon, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. And follow me on Instagram, which I'll have in the description box. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic day. Where's my little clicker? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.